Yo, it's your boy Chill back with another video. And today we talking about why you should stay delusional. That's right, delusional. The reason why I use the word delusional is because I saw a YouTube video and I just was like, it was these atheists who were looking at all these people that believed in God. And the atheists were like, so y'all truly believe that there's some type of big supreme deity, sky being that's up in the scare and up in the stair. Dang, how I keep messing it up. Up in the sky. Where was I getting stairs from? Anyway, you believe there's some type of supreme being, some type of person that's up in the sky, that's watching over you, that's you pray to, that you talk to, all these other things. The atheist is looking at the people who believe in God and have the religions or any of that type of stuff. They all believe that those people are delusional, you know, and those people are cuckoo or crazy or whatever it is. And with that being said, that put a lot of things into perspective for me, because at the end of the day, if you choose to be delusional, people are delusional on things every day. Like, if I really was looking at it from a realistic, even though I'm one of them delusional people, I'm not gonna lie to you, I believe there's God. I believe in, but the fact that you look up and you are legit thinking maybe there's somebody up in the sky. Like, imagine you seeing some being up in the sky, and just watching over us. If you actually, it's a different thing when you say, yeah, I believe it. But if you saw it, you would legit probably be shocked by that. You would probably be absolutely baffled. And when I thought about that, I was like, well, if people already believe that, you are a little off, believing, and that's most people in the world, because most people, I think, do believe that there's a God, there's a higher power. So for the atheists, they're looking at everybody like, y'all are crazy, bro. Y'all are whatever. But back to what I was saying. The goal and the thought of being delusional isn't a bad thing. Because when you look at being, now obviously you can be delusional in a bad way. I'm not saying you can't. But what I'm saying is, a good example would be, you see how, say nobody believed there was a God. All these people that are delusional, say they didn't believe in God. They didn't believe any repercussions come for your actions unless humans make it happen, or just any of those type of things. They believe there is no karma, no higher power, no something that shows us in the world that, look, you're not alone, and you're not talking to some fake being up in the sky. He's real. And if half the world did that, then, and stopped believing in that, this world would be straight to crumbles. We would all be going off the deep end. It wouldn't be as this I'm pretty sure the world would be a lot more messed up. And I think that fear of God, the fear of missing out, or even when you have a purpose and you believe your purpose is so strong, you believe that this is what you were put on this earth for. God, the universe, whatever you believe in, placed you on this earth so strong. When you become that delusional, do you understand how powerful it is for you to be able to change the world? Like, the reason why Harriet Tubman and all those type of people, they read the Bible and they ended up deciding, hey, look, bro, I'm about to free my people, is because they were given hope. They were given hope that there's a life after death. So at the end of the day, even if they do die, they believe they're going to go somewhere better. They believe they have some type of amazing future, because at the end of the day, like they said, they were saving slaves, or any hero that knew their life was in jeopardy, that believed in God. They legit are comforted by the thought of this person, I'll just be up in the sky meeting with my ancestors, my family, my whatever. It's a comforting thought. Just like it's a comforting thought for you to follow your purpose and for you to feel like God said, hey, what you do on this earth is exactly what I just gave you, your purpose. I want you to focus on that and you will succeed. You'll be taken care of. You'll be whatever. But you do what I ask you to. And with that thought process of this higher being told me to do this, it gives you so much more clarity. It gives you so much more peace. It gives you a lot more happiness being delusional, being that person who feels like, okay, my steps are already paved in front of me. You know, and that's one of the biggest things with manifesting. That's another thing, is just the fact that when you believe the steps are done already, when you believe you're gonna win, and you believe your goal, even if it's not true, you know, when you believe it, but for that whole time, it gives you the peace and calm that you'll need to execute the way you do in the first place. Say God told me, look, man, you're gonna be a YouTuber. I look at him like, what is this guy talking about, man? But since he told me already, when I start, I'm not gonna feel like, dang, I don't have any guidance. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not whatever. I'm gonna believe the steps is already paid, and I'm gonna go step by step, trial and error at the end of the day, because that's literally what being delusional and having goals is about. It's about continuously keep going. Even when you don't see there's a hope, when you don't see that there is a possible way for something to win, you know, you make it happen. And I'm not saying like, you know, you jump off a cliff and you say, I can fly, and you believe it. No. What I'm saying is, when you believe in yourself, on your goals and your things, and you know you're gonna get done, you know that you're gonna be able to get things on a perfect time or any of these type of things, then you have peace. And I don't feel like that peace is anything that should be looked at as bad. The delusional mindset that comes with that is peace, and I don't find anything wrong with that. You know, it will get you to where you need to go, even when you see nothing but darkness, when you don't see anything. I'm positive, man. Having faith in God done got me in through a lot of stuff, and I ain't even succeeded yet. Like, I haven't succeeded in anything that I felt like I was being called to, but I'm still going, you know. And obviously I've succeeded in life now. Don't get it messed up. I'm a winner. But like the thought process of, yeah, you know, I'm gonna be perfectly fine. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna win. That peace, that support from some unimaginable being, some being that you could not even imagine, has no face, has no nothing. It gives you comfort. It gives you something to look forward to, something to keep going, you know, and that's exactly the type of delusion you have to start practicing and putting that on to everything. Because, you know, whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve it as long as you never give up on it. You know, and even if you don't give up, even if you do give up and you just don't win, you can't say that you gave up. You know, like, you didn't give up. You tried your best. You put in as much work as you needed to. And that type of mindset should give you all types of peace. Just knowing that in itself, it's just, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be perfectly fine. I have a super powerful being watching over me. And I want y'all to think about those things with your goals, your purposes, your dreams, the people. Whenever you scared to talk to that girl, think about it like this: you've already done it. You already hollered at the girl, so it shouldn't be a problem. And when you feel like you already hollered at the girl, then or another thing. I had one time, my sister, she would always do this thing where she would be like, all right, you got to tell people the worst thing. And then after you tell them the worst thing, just say, nah, I was just playing. And then tell them the actual problem. So when you expect the worst, there's nothing you can be upset over, you know? And that's all your mindset. Like when you expect you're going to win, you're not going to be shocked when you win. You're not going to be shocked when you do these certain things, and it's literally all a mindset. But that mindset comes with delusion, and you'll legit come across people. That's what I've even experienced. Was just like you could tell them your dreams, what you aspire to be, what you intend to do, and at the end of the day, they legit look at you like, you got that much hope? You really believing in yourself that much? You are dreaming that big, or any of those type of things? And that is a barrier that person is putting on themselves. Like, you got to think about it. What makes that person think they can't do what you saying you trying to do? You know, like I told you, I've seen people legit become motherfucking mermaids, legit, in a play. But a girl said she wanted to be a mermaid since she was a child, and she grew up in a play, playing as a mermaid. You can't tell me things don't happen. You can't tell me you can't do whatever you put your mind to, you know? You got a bunch of legit examples of this right in front of our face at all times. It's right there in front of our face, you know? Shoot, I don't support him, but Trump said he was gonna be president. And guess what? He became president. He won the election again, even with the criminal charge. President. Michael Jackson, one of the biggest stars, wanting to do that. He did it. You can name anyone. It's just, do you have the strength to be delusional enough in yourself? Like I told you earlier, everybody's been delusional naturally. That's regardless about, because everybody's delusional is their perspective. So like I said, you know, say you got a dude who's like, man, I can't find my wife. I don't think I'll ever find my wife in a place like this. You probably won't now. You probably won't, gang. You know, you gotta stay delusional if that's what you want, and just continue to keep pressing. You know, turn down the girls that you don't really think are good for you. That way you don't miss the one that is good for you. Just, it's right there, you know, and coming to that conclusion of realizing that whatever you want to do in your life, you can achieve, you can do it. I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people tend to miss. Being delusional is a light. It's a beam of hope. Because when you're being delusional, most of the time, I'm not saying delusional like, oh, shorty cheating on you. You know, like, you know how the girls be thinking they man cheating on you and it didn't make any sense. All that type of stuff. But no, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is just being delusional in general for something that's positive. If you are putting that delusion into something, just like how you've put delusion into maybe a person, a relationship, where you thought this person was good for you, you thought that y'all were gonna last forever, have kids, all these type of things, that literally, that exact mindset is what you have to have for yourself. So if you are down bad over a bad relationship or people in general, bro, you thinking that everybody they're good people. Everybody's around me, which is delusional. But now I'm not saying you can't have good people all around you, but most of the time that's not how that goes. What I am saying is put that type of energy, that thought process of delusional, of thinking nobody would do you wrong or any of that type of stuff or any of that in yourself. You know, you've had a relationship where you've been delusional on that, and guess what? Did you put that type of strength and delusionalness in yourself? In yourself, like, I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna be blah blah blah. I'm going whatever. And I truly believe, you know, like I told you, you can trick yourself into thinking you winning and then win. You know, one of the biggest things with manifesting that you're a YouTuber. Me personally, I'm moving like I'm a YouTuber. I move and just, I speak with the confidence that I do. I speak with the grind. I'm grinding. I'm writing down what I need to do next. All of these things. And with that being said, because I'm doing all those things, I know for a fact that I'm on my way, because at the end of the day, I'm taking a step in that direction. I'm moving forward. So if I'm moving forward in a direction, I gotta meet the destination at some point. And the only time that you will truly stop is if you die or if you give up. But if you don't do those two things at all, you're gonna win. At some point, you're gonna win. And it all would have came from you being so delusional that you didn't even look at the L's. Just like how you let a relationship slide. Probably seen some things that was off, but you still kept going with that person. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Do that with you. So yeah, you know, I know I got to ranting in this video, but why not? You know, I don't think I've ranted in a long time. I think that I'm happy. I'm happy for the subscribers that I got on this channel. It is growing surprisingly. I don't even know what it's like compared to other people, because I done seen other people legit blow up quick. But it don't matter to me. At the end of the day, I'm already a successful YouTuber, gang. That's how I look at it. You know, and with that mindset, I don't think you can really do anything but win. Y'all take care of yourself, for reals. I'm about to take care of mine.